Hey everyone, welcome again. Tomer here, and I wanted to welcome you to Outsource Yourself once again. Now this is the first video of the first module. It's the benefits of outsourcing. Let's begin. Well, in this video we're going to talk about why should you outsource in the first place. And the first reason being that you will be able to buy back your time, which means currently you must be spending a lot of time on your business, or maybe you have too much time at your work and too much time with your family. But if you want to buy back some of your time, the time that you used in order to do your business, to run your business, then you can buy back a little bit of it, or even all of it. The second reason being is that it sets you free to work on the parts of the business that you're good at. I'm, for example, terrible in article writing. I hate it. I don't like to do that, and I know it's good for SEO, but still, I'm not doing that. I'm outsourcing it all the time. And for example, I've got lots of lists, and sometimes I have employees, and what they do is they just write the emails to my list. They build a relationship, and this is the kind of things that I don't like to do. My favorite parts about a business is actually growing it and looking at it from the bird's eye view. So this is what I'm doing in the business. Another reason why should you outsource is that it reduces the cost. You can get someone with perfectly good English for less than $2 an hour. And it actually starts with $150 a month. So I was researching it a few days ago, and I was checking what is the average salary in the Philippines for people that just get out of college. And I was like, the numbers were staggering low. It could start from $160 to $200 a month for someone who works full-time at a company. You have to commute every day to work, and it takes him a lot of time to do that. So if you could hire him and he can work from home, and he can work for you, that's something that we want to do here. We want to get someone to be in your team, not going out and do the grind of the 9 to 5 in their jobs. He can work for you in the comfort of his home. So we're trying to reduce the costs, and at the same time we're trying to help people and get a job and get a stable life. Another point is that if you currently have an offline business, let's say a brick and mortar one, and you have a lot of staffing inside, and let's say that maybe now you do need an article writer full-time, and tomorrow you don't. Tomorrow you lost one client, and you see that you don't need those 2 article writers, you need only 1 full-time one. So this kind of flexibility is something that you can achieve with mini hiring, and we'll talk about it later. Instead of hiring internally, you can just hire someone outside and outsource that kind of task. So let's talk a bit more about outsourcing and what it essentially is. So first of all, you outsource by giving a task or set of tasks to someone that is outside your company. It's not someone who is internally in your company. He is not working for you and sitting in your office. You're sending it outside, so you outsource that. Now, another point is mini hiring, and I said we're going to talk about it. So, mini hiring is that you outsource a small and specific task, such as a web design, software installation. Let's say you need to install some WordPress theme and you don't know how to do it. This kind of stuff you can just do with mini hiring. You can outsource like a small task of your business and not having to hire that person full-time. Now let's talk about VA Power, the virtual assistant. Well, I've been experimenting with virtual assistants for years, and I've found that this is kind of the best part about outsourcing. You can hire someone to work for you. It can be either anything from checking your emails and sorting out the clutter to scheduling emails in your autoresponder system. It could be anything at all. So this virtual assistant is actually helping me all the time. Any task I need, making a new website, writing emails, doing web design, whatever I need, I already taught her. I got her some courses online. I told her, okay, you go and study this one and understand how to do it. And she did. In the beginning, they don't know so much, and I'll talk to you about how to educate them. But then after a while, this virtual assistant is one of the most rewarding part of outsourcing. So we'll talk about it in more depth in the future modules. Now let's get in depth about mini hiring. Mini hiring, you hire someone to do a small task for you. So here are some great marketplaces for that. Fiverr.com, that's a place where you can get anyone to do anything for you for $5. And I outsource a lot. Like yesterday I was getting a bunch of articles because my team couldn't handle that. I had too much pressure. So I got some article writing, logos, you can make logos, you can I order web design for $5. It's really nothing, and for you it's saving you time, and as I said before, you buy back your time. And the advantage of using Fiverr is that they're really good and they have really good ranking system. So you know if someone is gonna cheat you or not, and you know if he's gonna fulfill his task and what other people think about him. We usually use Fiverr to save time and money. Instead of buying a 3D ebook cover software and waste a lot of hours studying it with tutorials and stuff, what we do is we just outsource it. And the other example is freelancer.com or elance.com. Those websites are very famous, I'm sure you've heard about them. They let you hire people for a set of projects. It's not like a small logo or web design, it's bigger projects. I've had people programming me stuff in that website. And usually you don't hire just a specific person, it's a company. And if you need some task done and the person in Fiverr couldn't do it for you in like 5 days, you've got a team behind it. Like you go to fiverr.com, you pay someone $50. And as I said before, VA for virtual assistant, that's the most powerful thing about outsourcing that I can think of. This is an employee who is working on your business from home. And as I said, he's not working from your office. He's actually working from home and you don't have to pay the commute and everything. The pure advantage is that you don't need to pay office and travel fees. It's common to hire VAs from Asia countries like the Philippines and India. They have a big amount of people at your disposal. But hiring a VA in Western countries is also something that is recommended for different tasks. For example, in my business we have this part that we need to schedule meetings with people. And I need someone to be on the US time zone, so I hire someone from the US. But everybody hires someone from different countries, depending on your needs. Here are some tasks that I'm giving to my VAs. So one of them is to write email swipes for customers and manage my autoresponders, because it's something that I noticed that it took me a lot of time, so I just outsource it. Collect banner ideas and remake them in Photoshop, and many other stuff that we'll talk about in this course. Now, how do we go about and find a virtual assistant? We'll cover it more in depth in Module 2, but for now we are just gonna give you a few ideas. So onlinejobs.ph is a good website. It costs some money. It costs I think around $40 a month, but it's really good. You can find people, you can qualify them and check who is the best. Another website is Craigslist.com, and especially the Manila version of it, because you can see the resume. Freelancer, Odesk are places, as I said before, you can hire someone by project, and then you can just transform that person into a VA. What you need to make sure is that the communication are really good and they are easy to understand you, because sometimes they don't understand you and they just say yes, 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 and they actually mean, I don't understand what you say, sir, but I'll do it anyway. So you don't want this kind of people. You need to set up a test task, and we're going to talk about more in the later modules, and you need to actually pay for that day that they worked. And eventually you will establish long-term work agreement and get them used to giving you daily reports, and we'll talk about it also in later modules. Now let's talk about outsourcing your tasks. The first task that you should outsource should be those tasks that take you the most amount of time. As I said before, I noticed that in my business, writing those email swipes and always scheduling more emails in the autoresponders is something that takes me a lot of time. So I outsource that first. And you should see what is it in your business. For example, if you're an SEO company and you want to do SEO for a website, you should think about outsourcing the part where you write the articles or the part where you submit them into some website. You should outsource repetitive tasks that aren't requiring a lot of thinking. Graphics and web design is not something that the business owner should handle himself, so I suggest to outsource it as well. So in conclusion, this is the introduction, and I just wanted to show you what we're going to study in this course. Outsourcing can free a lot of your time and help your business grow faster. I highly recommend starting with someone in the Philippines, and I'll talk about why in future modules. You will be able to enjoy all of the free time it gives you, and it gives you a lot of it. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.